Welcome back to Editor Jay's Editing Hour. This is Jay on a Friday, and it's a quick tip. Today I'm going to show you how to write on some text into your project. Using a quick animation, and this would be considered motion graphics. It's not as complicated as it seems. So first things first, let's start a new composition. Call it Write On. Write me a letter, 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second, hit OK. Now takes the text tool, draw our little box and type Write Me. Hit your pan behind tool, which is where you change your anchor point, and move that little anchor point right to the center. That way, when you scale this thing up by hitting S on your keyboard and scale it scales up from the center of the text, versus if this was down here, it would scale up from that point. Now, let's double click the text, come down to the paragraph settings, and center it, hit V on the keyboard, undo that, deselect the layer, hit V on the keyboard and move it down. It's about center right here. And now the next step is to take the pen tool and start masking. Now around these corners you can hold down the left click button and it will kind of create curve. Yeah. Now to zoom in, you can just mouse wheel in and out, and to move the screen like I'm doing, you hold down the space until you see that little hand, and it will you want to create this mask as if you would be writing this. So kinda make it so it would feel like you're writing it on. So like if I were to write this word, I would come straight through into the E. And then don't worry about this empty space, you can just kinda draw the mask through there. Again, hold down the left click button while you draw the mask in order to create a Bezier or curve in the line. Don't forget, last but not least, to dot your I's and cross your T's. Now that you have that mask, you want to come to the layer, go to Effects, Generate Stroke, select All Masks, Stroke Sequentially, your brush size, we will work with in a moment. You want to select Reveal Original Image, and you'll see that now that text disappears and only the stroke is left. Speaking of strokes, when Joe Biden speaks, I wonder if he's had a stroke. And when Trump used to speak, I wonder if I was going to have a stroke. That's the joke of the day. Now, disclaimer, strokes are not funny to joke about, unless we're talking about this stroke effect right here, in which it is hilarious. So, let's continue. I'm going to hit the stopwatch to set a keyframe. Come down the layer, hit U, you'll see the created keyframe. Now move ahead. Let's trim that down a lot to 2 seconds. Hit N on the keyboard to end. Right click, trim comp to work area. So we're just going to now work in that 2-second time frame. Move playhead to the end. and leave that at 100% actually, and come back to the beginning and set that at 0. Now you'll see that it's supposed to be revealed here at this point. Now, in order to do that, you want to increase your brush size to a size that looks good for you. Do you all remember how to shut off the mask? Right, this little guy right there. And that's how you can kind of look and see. You just want to reveal all of it. You don't want it to be too big. So that's probably going to be good. We'll check it out in a minute. So now we just hit the spacebar and watch it go. It's actually not long enough to get the T. So let's play with the comp settings for a second. None of my tutorials are without their hiccups, but we'll make this 2 seconds and we'll make this 3 seconds long. Hit OK. Drop this out. There we go. It's kind of okay. Alright, so now if you look real close, you can see the I and the T are not totally complete, so we're just gonna increase that brush size until they look complete. And let's hit the end point right here and turn the comp again. Hit play. Yeah, it's alright. Kind of a funny way we did that. We probably could have done a new mask. So let me run through that real quick. The reason I'm doing that is because the mask I had there wasn't big enough to reveal the eye. Alright, there we have it. Alright. So there's a slightly bumpy write-on effect using the stroke effect from After Effects. A little quick tip from Editor J. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Peace.